Empathy is defined as the ability or inclination to vicariously experience someone else's emotional event. In the past, empathy has been examined using an experimental approach, in which a subject has been primed with a sad story or movie and then asked to rate their sadness on a level of 1 to 5. The problem with this is that you can't quantify such a vulnerable experience, and a person's emotions can't be broken down to fit into a number. In the past, empathy research has focused on moral values rather than empathy as a whole and has been measured with a quantitative approach. Recently, only about 5 studies have been published that have looked at empathy at all. My undergraduate thesis utilizes data collected in 2007 as part of a bigger project that focused on moral values completed by my supervisor, Dr. Kendall Susi. 65 participants aged 14 to 21 were asked 2 questions. 1, tell me about a time when you felt sad for someone. And 2, tell me about a time when you didn't feel sad for someone but felt you should have. These narratives have now been coded by myself on 6 measures. The first measure is theme, and it can be further broken down into relationship, mortality, achievement, and leisure. I've also looked at the type of relationship and whether or not tension, blame, and perspective taking have been present. The final aspect of coding includes SelfEvent Connection. This can be defined as retrospective thinking in which the individual reflects back to the event and makes a connection between themselves as a character and the emotional experience. If they make a connection and decide whether or not they've changed or stayed the same as a person, this is identified as a SelfEvent Connection. Preliminary findings have shown in this non-sad stories that 3 aspects have been present together to contribute to what I'm calling a shield theory. Individuals within the stories have spoken including conflict, blame, and justifying why they don't feel sad for another individual. These 3 things together seem to contribute to this triangle theory in which the individual is distancing themselves using these 3 methods to physically and emotionally distance themselves from both the emotional event and the person involved. There are also age-related findings. Younger participants are less able to feel empathy for other individuals because they have less life experience and less emotional maturity. It is also found that younger participants have less life experience and are unable to share the same emotional experiences because they haven't lived as long. Empathy is a real-life experience with real-life consequences, and this is important for how we understand those around us and how we think about who we are as a moral person. Thank you.